out today. She has played like a senior. 3 for 3. She is not ready to go down, at least side. Barrel on the bat, able to push it through. Great play, and now the corners are going to come in for Seidner.
Western had a double play last inning to end the side. Can they do it to end the game and move on to the championship? Hannah Seidner, the right fielder, steps in, and she takes a ball in at her shoe top level here.
Aggressive secondary off the bag from Murray at first. Once again, as we said, the corners in. Outfield at normal depth for Seidner.
Seidner 0 for 2, ground out, struck out looking, also reached on a fielder's choice her last time up in the 5th inning.
I'm a little bit surprised not to see and not to take anything away from Seidner, but Seidner not a lot of power. Typically that 2-hole sack bunt kind of hitter.
She's got the speed though to beat out a leg on the infield, as that's a fastball over the heart of the plate. 2-1 now the count to Hannah Seidner. Plymouth down to their final 2 outs, trail 4-3 here at home. Fastball up the middle, will it sneak through? And it does! Nina Murray smartly holds up as that one was shallow center, so 2 runners on here for Plymouth State, and the tying run at second for Ashley Deo.
Well, this is the batter that you want to have at the plate, and even if Deo can't get it done, you still have Avery Davis due up behind, but a runner in scoring position, the potential game winner at first. Deo at the plate. This is the situation Plymouth wants to be in.
So, visit in the circle here. 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning.
It looks like the whole team is going to come in. It looked at first as though she might have called out to the outfield for a pitcher. She wants everybody in here, and this is a situation, Dan. You got a runner at second. My general assumption, you're going to have your corners in. You're going to have your middle infielders back in case for double play, because you know Deo doesn't have a lot of speed. So you got corners in, middle infield deep. You're going to have your outfield play normal depth because it's still just the tying run. You don't want anything more to happen. If that ball gets out to the outfield, the throw's going to come forward, but you don't want anything more. If that ball gets over your head, then there's a potential for something else.
Nice job by Heather Stone at the helm in her 12th season of the Colonials. One of the top coaches in all of New England as Ashley Deo steps in. She is, I have her as 0 for 1. Reached on an error, also walked, did strike out, swinging back in the 3rd inning as she takes a first pitch strike. Unless my book is wrong.
I have 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, but regardless.
First pitch, that's the liner up the middle. Nina Murray rounding 3rd. Here she comes home, and we are going to be tied at 4. Plymouth State ties it up in the bottom of the 7th. What a great piece of hitting there by Ashley Deo. Who cares what her line was before? She gets a liner up the middle in the 2nd pitch.
And now still just 1 out. An opportunity here for Davis to try to get that through. Seidner, a lot of speed at second. Potential game-winning run in scoring position. You got Davis up now and Cassidy Emerson, who does have an RBI, due up next.
So that's what I was looking at. Davis's line, who's
Davis,
0 for
yes.
1 with a strikeout. Walked her last time up. A winning run at second base and Hannah Seidner, and great job by Geisen to keep that ball in front of her in the dirt.
Yeah, because then 2 runners in scoring position. It's almost game over. Got to tell you what, though, so far both of these teams have battled tooth and nail in this game. Davis,
the senior, chance to be a hero. A ball low and away. Nice curveball there.
Surprised not to see the outfield playing a little bit more shallow, because you're in a situation now, if that ball's over your head, game over. So you got to play in. You have to assume that that throw is going to come forward.
Slap, that's at short. Plazinski throws it again. Coming home is Hannah Seidner. Plymouth State walks off and they advance to the championship game for the 2nd time in 2 years. Oh my! Tough break for Western Connecticut State. Charlene Plazinski for the 2nd time in 2 games on a play from short, errors and throws it into right field, and a walk-off, and Plymouth State survives to take on UMass Boston coming up next. What an ending to this game, Justin.
That's unbelievable, and that's just such a tough break here for Western Connecticut. You got to love the fight that Plymouth had there. If that out is recorded, you still have runners on the corner for Cassidy Emerson, but you got to take the shore out in any situation. The throw wasn't bad, but the the catch and release at second base, just it looked as though they were looking for the next out. So it's a tough way to end. You got to love the way that both of these teams battled, but you ended on an error. It's just, that's never how you want to end a game.
Just hats off to everyone. This is just a hard-fought game. Both teams gritting it out, and just hearts go out to Charlene Plazinski, who's had a heck of a tournament, essentially a hell of a tournament, if I must say so myself. There's no other way to put it, but just two heartbreakers. She errors last night against UMass Boston in the bottom of the 11th inning on the exact same play and lobs it over into right field, and the same thing here against Plymouth State. But the Panthers survive. The #1 seed after falling to UMass Boston in the opening game of the tournament on Thursday, 1-0. We'll get some redemption here as they head to the championship in a rematch of last year's championship series.
Yeah, and that should be a good one as well. Not sure how much time in between, but you got to be happy. You got to be fortunate if you're Plymouth to be in that situation. And Plymouth will be the home team again, so they will stay in that third base dugout as the field gets dragged and repainted. It's just once again just a really tough break-in for. It's really hard to tell if that's a throwing error, just because of the fact that it hit the glove at second. It's just, to me, as we said, you got to get that sure out, whether it's at second or at first. Avery Davis, as we know, as everybody knows, does a great job putting the ball in play, but she doesn't really have the speed to beat out a lot of throws. And so if I'm in that situation, that play at second doesn't matter to me, because it doesn't matter if that run at second scores. If the run in front of her scores, then it doesn't matter, you know. So you go at first, you get the sure out. Sure, you got two runners in scoring position, but you know, just the thought process wasn't there in that particular outing, and you gotta tip your hat for the way that Western Connecticut battled back. I thought that they had that game wrapped up in the 6th inning, and you know, Plymouth was able to prove me wrong.
Western battled back all tournament long. They had an outstanding run and a tough way for their season to come to an end. But Plymouth State will advance to the championship game coming up next. Again, as Justin said, Plymouth State, because of the tiebreakers on who's been home and away most on the coin toss, will be the home team here in the championship. If Plymouth State is going to win the outright, they'll have to win the first one and then beat Boston again in a second game, because Boston is undefeated. So we'll see if Plymouth State can pull two more out of their hat. But that's going to do it for us here in game #1. Final score for the final time, it's Western Connecticut falling here 5-4 to the Panthers of Plymouth State University. We'll see you in a couple of minutes' time for the championship matchup between the #1 seed Panthers of Plymouth State University and the #6 seed Beacons of the University of Massachusetts Boston. For our entire staff, my partner Justin Saworski, I'm Dan Salzer. Thank you for joining us here on Little East TV.
Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, fans, here to D&M Park on the campus of Plymouth State University. I welcome you to Plymouth State Broadcasting's coverage of this Little East Conference championship game in the Little East Conference softball tournament between the numbers 1 seed Panthers of Plymouth State University and the number 6 seed Beacons of the University of Massachusetts Boston. Hello everyone, I'm Dan Salter with Plymouth State Broadcasting as we get set for a rematch of last year's championship series. Plymouth State, if you're just joining us, walked off in great fashion against Western Connecticut State in the 10 a.m. game for a chance to play in the championship right now on an error at shortstop, with Avery Davis getting that error in the infield single for her. Plymouth State, again, opened the tournament in a loss to these Beacons, 1-0 back on Thursday morning, so a chance for Plymouth State to try to get redemption. UMass Boston, the only team remaining undefeated in the tournament, 3-0. After a very lengthy but impressive walk-off win against Western Connecticut State last night in the matchup of undefeateds at the time, what went to 11 innings after a rain delay of 22 minutes in the 5th inning. But here we are matched up. Plymouth State 3-1 in the tournament. Again, UMass Boston 3-0. Both teams appear to be set. We will show you the lineups in a little bit. But at this time, we are going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Chris Kilmer, for the lineups and the national anthem here before Championship Day at D&M Park.
Massachusetts Boston and the top-seeded Panthers of Plymouth State University. At this time, let's meet the participants in today's contest, starting with the University of Massachusetts Boston, which will be the visiting team for today's game. First, the reserves. Number 6, Megan Hoban. Number 10, Drew Washington. Number 16, Gianna Salemi. Number 17, Angelina Avatabli. And number 21, Tori DeCenzo. And now the starting lineup for the Beacons. Leading off, the designated player, number 13, Ari Bellata. Batting second, the left fielder, number 12, Kira Pressmack. Batting third, the second baseman, number 8, Kelly Danahy. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 9, Roxanne Bento. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 15, Taylor Pawlina. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 3, Gigi Braga. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 14, Alyssa Tully. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 5, Giovanna Bonilla. Batting ninth, the first baseman, number 22, Cassidy Gaeta. And pitching today for the Beacons, number 2, Jess Greenspan. The assistant coaches for UMass Boston are Josh Bartley and Sue Killalay. The head coach in her 12th season, Natalia Ardagna. And now the reserves for Plymouth State University. Number 1, Allison Moylan. Number 2, Taylor Wood. Number 3, Riley McMillan. Number 7, Kayla Nestor. Number 10, Kayla Matthew. Number 11, Autumn Bior. Number 16, Lindsay Hall. Number 18, Haley Birch. Number 23, Deborah Morrill. And number 54, Samantha Cushing. And now the Panthers lineup. Leading off, the left fielder, number 19, Nina Murray. Batting second, the right fielder, number 4, Hannah Seidner. Batting third, the catcher, number 34, Ashley Deo. Batting fourth, the designated player, number 17, Avery Davis. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 12, Cassidy Emerson. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 15, Jen Landers. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 13, Nora Butler. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 24, Mel Goss. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 5, Mary King. And pitching today for the Panthers, number 8, Caitlin Miller. The managers of Plymouth State, Amanda Johnston and Weston Atwood. Assistant coaches Lee Macris and Paul Zaffini. And the head coach for Plymouth State in his 15th season is Bruce Addison. The umpires for today's game: at first base, Brett McRae; at third base, Ciso Torres; and behind the plate, Bob Thomas. At this time, we'd ask you to please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So teams are set, fans are set, we're set up here in the press box for this championship game in the Little East Conference in softball. Again, if Plymouth State is able to win here, they'll extend it to a second championship game because it will be UMass Boston's first loss. Exactly the opposite of what we saw last year in this matchup as we get set for the 2018 Little East Conference Championships. Batting order for the Beacons here to lead off the top of the first inning. It'll be Ari Bellata, the designated player, in the leadoff spot. Kira Pressmack, the left fielder who's had an outstanding tournament at the plate and also catching in left field, will bat second. Kelly Danahy at second base will bat third. Roxanne Vento, the power hitter, the catcher in the 4 spot. Taylor Pawlina, Gigi Braga, Alyssa Tully, Giovanna Bonilla, and Cassidy Gaeta will be the batting order for UMass Boston. Pitching for the Panthers, as you heard, will be Caitlin Miller once again for the 5th time in a row this tournament. She will be caught by Ashley Deo, who moves from second to behind the plate. Mel Goss at first. Mary King back in the lineup for the first time since Game 1 against these Beacons on Thursday. See Nora Butler at short. Jen Landers now at third still, and really having a tough game earlier this morning against Western as she got beat up, but gritted that game out. And then left to right in the outfield, Nina Murray, Cassidy Emerson, and Hannah Seidner. And last game, moments ago, Caitlin Miller pitched pretty much a gem, got in some trouble, but Plymouth State able to walk off. Gave up 11 hits with 4 runs. Those runs coming in the 5th and 6th inning.
Leading off for the Beacons,
has to be Ari Bellata leading off.
13, Ari Bellata.
Bellata batting .320 on the season, 6 RBIs. First pitch in the championship game is a first pitch single to left field. She's going to round and head into second. It'll be a sliding double to lead off the 2018 championship game for Ari Bellata. Stepping in will be Kiera Pressmack, the left fielder. Pressmack batting .266 on the season. 5 RBIs. Does have 1 double. Shows bunt, pulls it away. Will miss for a fastball, high and away for a ball. Again, UMass Boston sweeping all their games to get here to the championship. They beat Plymouth State in the opening game 1-0. and that 1-6 matchup as Miller toes a rubber in a delivery. Bunt laid down in front. Landers charges in, throw to first in time for out number 1, but the runner will advance to third. Bring up Kelly Danahy, the second baseman. Danahy batting team high .397 this season with 12 RBIs. And after that, yesterday in the opening game, the Beacons defeated Southern Maine to eliminate the Huskies. That one was in extras in 8. First pitch in there for a strike from Miller. And then in that game last night, in a matchup of the then undefeateds, Western Connecticut State and UMass Boston, the Beacons came away with a walk-off victory in the bottom of the 11th inning. Pitch missing high and away there. (2-0) the count. Off-speed pitch trying to drop that one in at the top of the zone was Miller, and it will go high, run the count to 3-0. And Plymouth State looking for their first title in program history. Beacons trying to go back-to-back. That one is away. So now it's 3-1. So I missed that strike earlier. (3-1) pitch from Caitlin Miller. Away, and a walk here to Kelly Danahy, and runners on the corner here in the top of the first inning. Bring up the power hitter. So Danahy just steals second. Again, Roxanne Vento, the power hitter. So 2 runners quickly in scoring position. Pawlina at third. Danahy, after walking, steals second. Panthers a little bit of a sleep in. Plymouth State going to intentionally walk Vento. And I don't blame them. Roxanne Vento coming in, batting .358. Does have team high 26 RBIs, 9 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 home runs for the Beacons. So early on here, top of the first inning, only 1 out, and bases are about to be loaded for UMass Boston. So an intentional walk here to Roxanne Vento will bring up another power hitter in number 15, Taylor Pawlina, the center fielder this game. Pawlina batting .306, 19 RBIs, 6 doubles, and a triple. Has had an outstanding tournament at the plate. Had 4 hits last night against Western Connecticut. Rise ball in at the eyes for ball 1. Ari Pawlina at third base. Kelly Danahy at second. Now Roxanne Vento at first after the intentional walk. Bases loaded, 1 out here. Fastball line to left. That's going to drive in at least 1. Stop sign put on, but it'll be a power hit there by Pawlina, an RBI single to left field, and UMass Boston has an early 1-0 lead here in the championship game. So that will bring up the shortstop number 3, Gigi Braga. Again, you expect, or you would think that head coach Bruce Addison will have a short leash here with Caitlin Miller. This is her 5th game. She's gone complete the previous 4 to get here to the championship game. Saw Kayla Matthew warming up in the lane before we got started here, so expect her to come in relief if needed, if this gets out of control early, as Underway, that one's first pitch offered at and fouled over our heads in the press box. Gigi Braga batting .320 with 6 RBIs. All of her hits are for singles. 0-1 pitch, rise ball there, evens the count at 1-1. Slapped in a nice glove by Landers. No play at any corner as Butler was not close enough to third, but a great glove there by Jen Landers at third. 2 down here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the third baseman, Alyssa Tully.
14, Alyssa Tully.
Tully batting .180 on the year with 9 RBIs, has a chance to break this game open early with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Already 1 run across as that one's first pitch offered, pop up and shallow left. Nina Murray underneath it for out number 3. So Caitlin Miller gets out of a jam, but UMass Boston gets 1 across. They lead early 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
So we head to the bottom of the first inning here at D&M Park on the campus of Plymouth State University in this 1-6 matchup in the championship game of the Little East Conference. Batting order for the Panthers here in the championship. Nina Murray, the left fielder, will lead off. The senior now, then Hannah Seidner, the right fielder, will bat second. Ashley Deo now catching here, as I mentioned a moment ago. In the 3-hole, Avery Davis, the cleanup hitter, the designated player once again this game. Cassidy Emerson, the center fielder, will bat 5th. Jen Landers, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Nora Butler, the shortstop, will bat 7th. Mel Goss, the first baseman, will bat 8th. And Mary King will get back in action after missing the rest of the game since the matchup against the Beacons in the opening game of the tournament, will bat 9th. Greenspan in the circle after pitching a gem last night, going out about 167 pitches. Vento behind the plate catching, Gata at first, Danahy at second, Braga at short, Tully at third. That will be your infield for UMass Boston. Pressmack, Pawlina, and Bonilla left to right once again in the outfield, and a defensive side that has not had an error against them the entire tournament.
Number 19, Nina Murray.
Again, Nina Murray, the senior left fielder, will lead off here last game. 3 for 3. 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. She also walked. Great job in the leadoff position. First pitch offered, she flies that one to center field. Pawlina came in at first, now tracks back, and it's gonna go back behind her. It'll be a leadoff hit. Nina Murray trying to leg out a triple. She'll slide in, and a leadoff triple for the Panthers. That's an answer what Plymouth State needed here in the bottom of the first inning. Great piece of hitting, getting out early against Jess Greenspan. Again, Greenspan pitched both games, complete games, yesterday for the Beacons. Again, first game against Southern Maine at 10 a.m. and then that long one against Western Connecticut that finished up just after 9 o'clock. It's nearly a 4-hour game as right fielder Hannah Seidner will step in. 1 for 3. First pitch offered, she'll pop that one up in foul territory, and Tully will grab that one easily. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Stepping in at bat, the catcher, number 34, Ashley Deo, the junior. Again, the transfer from Franklin Pierce University has been outstanding, both defensively as a utility player and hitting for Plymouth State this season as she takes a first pitch strike there from Jess Greenspan. And first Panther batter that lays off the first pitch. 1 out here, bottom of the first. Nina Murray on third with that leadoff triple. Liner to left center field. Murray comes home, and we're quickly tied 1-1. Just like that, the Panthers' bats come alive. Well, stepping up will be the senior Avery Davis, a designated player. With 1 on, 1 out, we're tied 1-1.
Avery Davis.
Davis essentially got the winning hit, forcing the error at short last game to walk off for the Panthers as that rise ball misses high at the helmet. It was an error on Western Connecticut State that ended that game, as I mentioned. Avery has a chance to get a hit here and advance the runner in Deo from first. Cut on and missed by Davis. We'll even the count at 1-1. Offered at liner to left. That one's going to drop. It's going to come off a press mac. Rounding second, heading to third is going to be Deo, and she'll slide in easily. And advancing after the single will be Davis, and 2 runners in scoring positions. So a single for Davis. She will advance to second on the throw. And Deo with some great base running at third. And that will bring up the center fielder in Cassidy Emerson. Emerson, last 3, an RBI single in the first inning and then grounded out twice the rest of the game. Again, fans, the Plymouth State Athletic Department would like to recognize its corporate partners and encourage you to support them. Biederman's Deli, Lakes Region Coca-Cola, the New Hampshire Air National Guard, Northeast. 1-1 game here, bottom of the runners in scoring position. Deo at third, offered at. That one's going to be sliced foul into the stands, and the fan had that in and out of their hands and drop it. Again, Deo at third, Davis at second. Greenspan, who's, again, the 2017 Pitcher of the Year, delivers here. Bunch shown, foul tipped by Cassidy Emerson. Also, Jess Greenspan, her freshman year last year, was also the 2017 tournament most outstanding player as she pitched a beauty here at D&M Park. And all 6 games she was in. 1-2 pitch. Slapped her up the middle. That's going to sneak through, and the Panthers will have the lead coming from third, rounding third, coming home, Avery Davis, and Panthers are ahead 3-1. Panthers are using the small ball here beautifully. Cassidy Emerson lining one up the middle past a diving Danahy. It'll be a 2 RBI single for Cassidy Emerson.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15, Jen Landers.
Bring up the third baseman in Jen Landers. Again, took a beating last game, a couple of hard shots at third, and then had one hit her in the calf when she was hit by pitch. That first one's in there for a strike. Fastball high and away. Trying to get her to chase, misses. Again, energetic start here to the championship game. Slap foul off over our heads in the press box. 1-2 the count to Jen Landers. Beautiful, bright sunshine day here on day 3, championship day of the Little East Conference softball tournament. Slap, that one's going to be in foul territory, still playable. Tully going over and loses it. Again, we were worried we weren't going to get yesterday in, but the forecast broke just in time. Only 1 rain delay yesterday in that Western Connecticut UMass Boston game, in game number 8. Slapper up the middle. That one's going to sneak through. And the Panthers have another single up the middle. 5 hits this inning for Plymouth State. And now Cassidy Emerson is in scoring position at second base, and that will bring up the shortstop, number 13, Nora Butler. Plymouth State 3 runs so far this inning. They have a 3-1 lead with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Again, Plymouth State will need to win 2 if they're going to win the championship for the first time in program history. Beacons, if they win this one, will be the champions back-to-back. Pitch away off the plate. Butler does not chase. Shout out to the Plymouth State softball alumni that are watching. We thank you for joining us. Off-speed drops in there on Butler. Great pitch there from Jess Greenspan. Swung on and missed. Butler chases that one away. Count now 1-2. Mel Goss on deck. Fastball away. Butler doesn't offer. Cassidy Emerson standing on second after her 2 RBI single a moment ago. Jen Landers at first after her single up the middle. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the first strikeout of the game for Jess Greenspan. Again, Mel Goss, the first baseman in the 8-hole, will step in at bat. Mel Goss last game, 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a strikeout swinging. Looking for her first hit on day 3. And first pitch offered, Greenspan, nice pick, throw over to first in time to end the side, but the damage has been done. Plymouth State puts 3 across the bag, and they take a 3-1 lead as we head to the top of the second inning here on Little East TV.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Welcome back to D&M Park, top of the second inning. 8-9-1 due up for UMass Boston. And fans, be sure to join us on Twitter using the hashtag LECSB and see your tweets live on the air throughout the broadcast here in the championship game. Let us know where you're watching from, even if it's in the stands. Looks like everyone in left center field. Tweet your pictures. Also, be a part of the action on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using that same hashtag. And see your post on the official tournament page at athletics.plymouth.edu. First pitch missing for a ball. Giovanna Bonilla will step in to lead off here. That one catches the bottom corner for a strike. Bonilla batting .156 on the season, 3 RBIs. 10 hits, they're all singles. Usually a slap hitter to the left side as that one's in towards the toes and she doesn't offer. Two hits last inning for UMass Boston as they get one across. That one skips in front of the plate. Again, the Women's Lacrosse Championship game happening or about to start over at Arrold Field behind left center field between numbers 1 seed Panthers of Plymouth State University and Eastern Connecticut State as that one's in for a strike. 3-2 now the count. It runs full for the first time here in the championships. And Plymouth State women's lacrosse looking to go back-to-back. And strike 3. Miller will get her first strikeout of the game. Bring up the first baseman, Cassidy Gaeta, in the 9 spot.
Number 22, Cassidy Gaeta.
Gaeta batting .240 on the season. Fastball in there. Miller wind up in the delivery. That one sent right at Koss, and she snags that one on a liner. Quickly 2 down here in the second. Back to the top of the order for the Beacons in Ari Pawlina, the designated player,
Number 13,
who had
Ari
a
Pawlina.
double to left field. Stretching that one on, also scored the Beacons' only run of the game. Off speed drops in by Caitlin Miller for a strike. Fastball offered at and fouled back to the backstop there by Pawlina. Update from Plymouth State baseball over at Panther Park in the bottom of the 4th inning. Game 1 of that doubleheader. Western Connecticut State leads 3-2 as that pitch misses low and away. Swung on a liner at Koss, and she gets another one. 1-2-3 go the Beacons here in the top of the 2nd inning. As we head to the bottom of the 2nd, it's Plymouth State 3, UMass Boston 1. You're watching Plymouth State softball here on Little East TV.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy.
But it's
on us
to intervene.
Because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back here at D&M Park for the bottom of the 2nd inning. Plymouth State got the Beacons 1-2-3 in the top half. 9-1-2 due up for the Panthers, and Mary King will step in, the second baseman who hasn't played since game 1 of the tournament. First pitch inside near the elbow. Mary King batting .143 on the season, 2 RBIs. She has 6 hits, all of them singles. Fastball catches the inner part of the plate right in by the hands. Evens the count at 1-1. That one misses in, and Greenspan staying inside, trying to jam Mary King here in the leadoff spot. Swung on, a little dribbler back to Greenspan outside the circle, throw over in time to Gaeta for out number 1. So we head to the top of the order here for Plymouth State, and the dangerous leadoff hitter in Nina Murray, who legged out a triple to lead off this game on the first pitch.
Now batting the left fielder, number 19, Nina Murray.
Murray had that triple to center field. Again, that because Pawlina started in, lost it in the sun, and had to go back and chase it towards the fences. Well, miss low. 1-0 the count. Breaking ball catches the inside, jamming the hands there of Nina Murray, and expect Greenspan to stay inside and try to jam Nina Murray. Try to get some kind of pop out or a ground out on the first base side. Goes away and Murray chases it. So 1-1 pitch coming here from Jess Greenspan, the sophomore. Fly to right field, and a great grab there by Bonilla, ranging to her left for out number 2 on a loud out by Nina Murray. So quickly 2 down for the Panthers now in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll bring up Hannah Seidner, the right fielder, who's 0 for 1. She popped out in foul territory on the first base side to Gata. Fastball right down Broadway for a strike to lead off this at-bat. And fans, would like to thank you for joining us all weekend for our coverage of the Little East Conference softball tournament. That one stays just inside off the plate. We hope you have had as much fun as we have had here in the booth. Wind has died down from the 10 a.m. game. Fastball low and away, misses. Plymouth State had 5 hits and 3 runs last inning. So far, 2 outs here quickly in the bottom of the second. Off speed, pulled foul, third base side, and will get over the fence and out of play. Rise ball, little blooper to Braga at short. That will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Panthers here in the second. We head to the top of the third inning. Plymouth State 1, or Plymouth State 3, UMass Boston 1 here on Little East TV.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world. Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
So we head to the top of the third inning. 2-3-4 due up for UMass Boston. Pressmack, Danahy, and Vento expected. As Kara Pressmack, the left fielder, 0 for 1. She grounded out to Landers at third base, her first time up.
Kara Pressmack.
Pitch misses low there for ball 1. That one just misses off the plate by Caitlin Miller. Slap popped up. Landers camped out, and it was hit out of the box, so it will be an out before it even came down. So officially it'll be a 2U to Pressmack for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Kelly Danahy, the second baseman, will step in. She walked and stole a base immediately, rounding first and just kept going after she walked. And Panthers maybe have caught a little bit of sleep after their walk-off win earlier, as that one just catches the outer corner. Nice frame there by Ashley Deo behind the plate. A beautiful day here for the championship game in the Little East Conference in 2018. That one's chopped foul. Signer chasing it. That one's going to drop and roll to the fence. Rounding second, heading to third will be Danahy, and she will get in with a standing triple. So a 1-out triple for Kelly Danahy. And that will bring up Roxanne Vento, the catcher, who was intentionally walked back in the first inning.
Now batting the catcher.
Score update from women's lacrosse in the LEC championship game. The Panthers are ahead 2-0, 5 minutes into the game. First pitch offered, lifted to shallow left field. Nina Murray underneath it, and not deep enough for a tag and score by Danahy. Quickly 2 down now here in the top of the 3rd. Stepping up to the plate will be the center fielder, Taylor Pawlina, who had an RBI single in the first inning to get the go-ahead run to start the game.
Taylor Pawlina.
Pawlina swinging the hottest bat of the tournament right now by anyone. First pitch offered, sent down the third base line. It's going to drop fair, and a run will score. And Pawlina trying to make it to second base, and great base-running awareness, and Caitlin Miller's frustrated why that ball wasn't coming in quicker from Nina Murray in left. So Pawlina will get another RBI single for the Beacons as they close to within 1, 3-2, and will reach second base on the throw in. Bring up the shortstop in Gigi Braga, who is 0 for 1. She lined out to Landers at the hut corner. And now it's Plymouth State 3, UMass Boston 2 in this championship game. Pitch breaking away just off the plate. Braga does not chase. Miller, the lefty toes a rubber on the left side. Breaking ball inside. Nice job by Deo to keep that one in front of her and keep Pawlina at second base. Fastball catches the outer corner. Miller loving that outside edge of the plate. Acts more like a slider, just keeps tailing away on that pitch. That one away. (3-1) pitch here from Caitlin Miller. Braga trying to continue the inning as that one is away, ball 4. And 2 on here, 2 outs, top of the 3rd inning. Second walk given up this game by Caitlin Miller. Alyssa Tully will step up to the plate, the third baseman. 0 for 1. She pumped out to shallow left field to end the first inning in a bases loaded situation. Line to right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Rounding is Pawlina. She'll come home to score. And holding up is Braga at third. So an RBI single by Tully. And we're tied at 3. So after a little visit here by the Beacons, they storm back, score 2 runs here in the top of the third inning and tie it 3-3.
Now batting
Bring up the right fielder, Giovanna Bonilla, 0 for 1. She struck out looking her first time up last inning. Miller trying to get out of another jam here. He's given up 2 runs this inning. Swung on and missed. Again, Miller pitched a gem yesterday against UMass Dartmouth in the second game of the back-to-back for UMass Dartmouth. Pitching a no-hitter, 63-pitch no-hitter. Rice ball just misses at the letters. And it wasn't a perfect game. She did have 3 base runners on after an error, a walk, and a hit by pitch, but nevertheless, the outstanding performance by Caitlin Miller. Slapped at third, Landers over to first to Goss, and she drops it, and the run will score. So UMass Boston will take the lead 4-3. And it will be an error on Goss at first for dropping that one. So Bonilla will reach on the error. Tully now at second base. And we'll bring up Cassidy Gaeta, the first baseman, who's 0 for 1. She lined out on a hard shot at Goss, who snagged that one out of the sky. So drastically different than when the first time these two teams met in the tournament, the opening game on Thursday at 10 a.m. when it was a 1-0 victory for UMass Boston. So far, 6 runs across here when we're in the top of the third inning. Rise ball misses. Two outs, 2 on. Top of the third inning. Tully at second. Bonilla at first. 3 runs across for the Beacons here this inning. Again, high inside. Count now 2-0. Fastball catches the plate. Beacons dugout alive right now. In on the hands, jams Gaeta, and coming out. Nice job there by Deo to end the side, but the damage has been done the other way. 3 runs across for UMass Boston. They take a 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning here at D&M Park. You're watching the Little East Conference Championship game presented by Plymouth State Broadcasting here on Little East TV.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure.
Fans, baseball wraps up their home schedule tomorrow against Colby College for a non-conference doubleheader. First pitch scheduled at 12 p.m. with Game 2 to follow at 3 p.m. Be sure to join us 1 hour before game time at noon at 11 a.m. for special coverage during the New Hampshire Air National Guard pregame show of the field dedication ceremony. Deo, Davis, and Emerson due up for the Panthers. Deo, first pitch offers, lifts that one to shallow center field, and diving forward is Pawlina. 1 pitch, 1 out to the Panthers here in the bottom of the third. Again, this outfield has been outstanding fielding for the Beacons this tournament, and they show off their gloves once again. There is Avery Davis, a designated player. The senior steps up to bat here. A single run scored so far this game. First pitch offered. Tully snags that one at the hot corner and throw over to Gaeta. Pulls her off the back for a second, but Gaeta able to recover. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Cassidy Emerson, the center fielder, will step into the batter's box.
Center fielder number 12, Cassidy.
She had a 2 RBI single up the middle in the first inning. Little blooper over to second base. 1, 2, 3 on 3 pitches for Jess Greenspan, and down go the Panthers. We head to the top of the 4th inning here on Little East TV.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy.
But
It's on us
to intervene.
because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Head to the top of the 4th inning. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Beacons. Pawlina, Pressmack, and Danahy once again. Pawlina so far 1 for 2. She has a double and a run scored in the first inning. Also lined out her last time to end the side in the second, right at Mel Goss at first.
Leading off for the Beacons, the designated player, number 13, Ari Balata.
So far, Caitlin Miller already 52 pitches here, top of the 4th inning. First pitch offered right at Butler. Nice snag at short. Throw over to Goss in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out the other way. Fans, gear up today for the next big home game at PantherLockerRoom.com. Find all the sorts of apparel, collectibles, and so much more. Find everything you need for the Panther Nation fan and your family. Visit PantherLockerRoom.com today. Also, fans, now through May 14th, 15% off all women's apparel for Mother's Day. Bunt offered, Landers charges in, throw over, not in time, and the speed by Pressmack is impressive once again, and she'll beat out that bunt single. Kelly Danahy will step in. She's 1 for 1 with a triple run scored. She also walked and stolen the base her first time up. Fastball, outer third, in for a strike. Lefty delivers. Fastball get lifted to foul territory, will drop out of play. Hit and run put on there as Pressmack was off and running at first. Great game here for the championship shaping up. 4-3 UMass Boston out ahead, pitch away. No run by Pressmack at first. Coming up at the midpoint of the lacrosse game in the first half. Plymouth State out ahead, the number 1 seed. Throw down to second here, and not in time. Pressmack dives under the tag and steals the base. Her second one of the game, or first one of the game. Close tag under the glove there of King. But Plymouth State over at women's lacrosse, 5-0, 17 minutes to go in the first half over Eastern Connecticut State in the championship game, the 1-2 matchup. Sent right at Mel Gosh. She'll take that unassisted, quickly 2 down, but a runner in at third base in Pressmack. Pressmack 60 feet away will bring up Roxanne Vento. The catcher is 0 for 1. She flat out her last time up to left field, was walked intentionally her first time up. First pitch offered and fouls that one to the backstop. Got a frantic start to this game. We approach the mid-innings already. Lifted to center. Cassidy takes a couple of steps back. Cassidy Emerson for the out that retires the side. So runner stranded at third for UMass Boston, but Plymouth State gets out of the jam. They still trail by 1, 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Plymouth State softball here on Little East TV. Plymouth State Broadcasting, your source for complete game day coverage of every Panther home game. Find out more information about it. Back here at T&M Park on the beautiful campus of Plymouth State University as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, already heading up on halfway through this championship game. UMass Boston with a 4-3 lead over the top-seeded Panthers of Plymouth State University.
Leading off for the Panthers, the third baseman, number 15.
Landers, Butler, and Goss 2 up for Plymouth State. Panthers went 1-2-3 last inning on 4 pitches by Jess Greenspan. Jen Landers 1 for 1 with a single up the middle. And that pitch will catch the inside part of the plate for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch sent right at Bragg. A nice pick at short, throw over in time for out number 1. Plymouth State staying aggressive, trying to get ahead on Jess Greenspan, but defense is backing her up nicely here. She's now retired 7 in a row for Plymouth State as Nora Butler, the shortstop, will come up to bat. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging. First pitch offer lifted to left field. Little stutter step by Pressmack in left, but she's able to read it nicely. And quickly, again, Plymouth State 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. Seems like everything's been quick outs here this game. Flying through the championship as the first baseman, number 24, Mel Goss, will bat for the Panthers. 0 for 1, ground out to the circle with Jess Greenspan, her first time up the first inning. Changeup misses in the dirt in front of the plate. Again, Dan Salzer, Plymouth State Broadcasting, and our entire crew all weekend long, we thank you for joining us as we're winding down to a champion here in the Little East Conference. Fastball in the outer part misses. Again, we hope you have enjoyed our coverage here from D&M Park all weekend long. Game 10 of 10, potential 11 if needed. Away from Mel Goss. Everything's been away right now from Jess Greenspan. 3-0 the count. Hitters count. We'll see if Goss has the green light. Panthers down by 1. So we get the second half of this game. Inside, ball 4. And a 2-out walk given up by Jess Greenspan will bring up Mary King, the second baseman in the 9-hole. Mary King, 0 for 1, a ground out to the circle. Back in the second inning, her only time up.
Number 5, Mary King.
Ball high and away to get this at-bat going to King. UMass Boston got out ahead 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Plymouth State answered back with 3 runs at the bottom of the opening frame, and then UMass that one in for a strike, 2-1 now. Greenspan, the sophomore, checks her wristband for the pitch. Quick delivery. That one's pulled just foul at third base. Even the count now at 2-2. Got a busy day here. Plymouth State Athletics here at D&M Park over at Arrold Field for the Women's Lacrosse Championship game and the Little East Conference finale for baseball at Panther Park. Is swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will do it for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Jess Greenspan gets her second strikeout of the game. We head to the top of the 5th. At the end of 4, it's UMass Boston 4, the number 6 seed, Plymouth State 3, the number 1 seed, here in the Little East Conference Championship game on Little East TV.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division III. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Back here for the top half of the 5th inning, Pawlina, Braga, and Tully due up, and first pitch offered by Pawlina, and that one's going to drop for a bloop single. Pawlina, once again, the hot bat stays hot, red hot. 3 for 3 now, 3 singles for Taylor Braga this game in the championship. So Gigi Braga, after Pawlina's leadoff single, will step in. She's 0 for 1, a line out to third. Also walked and scored a run her last time up. That one misses. The bunt attempt pulled away for a ball. Just catching the outer part of the plate for a strike. And UMass Boston looking for their second straight and second title in team history. Shows bunt right in front of the plate. Deo, throw over, and it's off the glove of King. Pawlina will charge to third, and we'll have runners on the corner here in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be a base hit for Gigi Braga, as she has the speed out of the box. So Pawlina now at third base. In on the hands, and it's going to be fouled off the shin there of Tully. And correction. Oh, no, I just have my notes wrong. It is still Alyssa Tully. Miller delivers, liner up the middle, nice grab by King, no play elsewhere. But one out here in the top of the 5th. So 1 out, 2 on here.
Number 5, Giovanna Bonilla.
Giovanna Bonilla will step in. She's 0 for 2. Low and away for a ball. Nia struck out looking her first time up. Again, Pawlina at third, Braga at second. Slapped at Landers. Nice look back at third, throw over to Goss in time for the second out, and no advancement by the Beacons. So first base has been a little bit of a problem for the Plymouth State here on day 3, but nice job there by Mel Goss to get the foot down in time. As we head to the bottom of the order, the 9 spot, Cassidy Gaeta, the first baseman. She's 0 for 2, a line out and a pop out in foul territory. Beautiful changeup drops in for a strike as Gaeta was expecting a fastball all the way. Rise misses at the letters. Fastball in on the hands, sliced foul off over towards the dugout of the Beacons on the first base side. We'll do it again. 1-2 count here to Gaeta. Get an update at women's lacrosse. The Panthers still lead now 8-2. 10 minutes to go in the first half of that championship game in the Little East Conference over Eastern Connecticut State. Swung on foul, tipped back to the backstop. Count will stay 1-2. Miller trying to get out of another jam here in the 5th inning. Keep the Panthers within 1. Runners on at third and second base for UMass Boston. That one's inside out swing, and Goss snags that one out of the sky. once again. Goss, first base playing like the hot corner now instead of third. After 2 singles to start the top of the 5th inning. 1, 2, 3 go UMass Boston after that with the Beacons, and we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. UMass Boston still ahead 4-3 here in the championship game.
At Plymouth State, you can choose a bold new way of learning. Our degree programs let you work across disciplines to take on an ever-changing employment landscape. Plymouth State University. See further up here.
As you head off to college, you crave independence, but you want to know you're not alone. At Plymouth State University, our close-knit campus and experienced faculty allow you to learn more without going too far away. Find out more at plymouth.edu/learn more.
Hi, I'm Mark Emmert.
Back here at D&M Park, top of the order due up for the Panthers. First pitch offered, pulled foul by Nina Murray. Murray this game, 1 for 2 with a standing leadoff triple. Run scored, also just had a long fly ball out to right field her last time up in the 2nd inning. Reaching for it, and fouling that one off just at the top of the fence, just in front of us here. Again, since the 5-hit, 3-run first inning, Plymouth State has gone quiet since. 9 of the last 10 batters have been retired by Jess Greenspan. That one's a hard shot. Now it's going to be lifted actually to center field. Camping out is Pawlina. Loses it in the sun for just a second. That one, if it was a little bit more in towards the sweet spot, would have been launched out of here by Nina Murray, but instead is a loud out this time to center field. Hannah Seidner, the right fielder, will step into the batter's box. She's 0 for 2 this game. Popped out in foul territory at first base and then popped out to short. First pitch offered, and that one's going to be a little bloop single to center. Hannah Seidner will get her first base hit of the game. Bring up the catcher and Ashley Deo, who was 1 for 2, an RBI single, a run scored on that afterwards. That beautiful swing to left center field for that RBI single. Flied out to center field her last time up.
34, Ashley Deo.
Again, late in game 1 at baseball, the Panthers trail 4-3 as that's in on the hands. First pitch offered and pulled foul hard against the fence on the third base side. Again, we'd like to thank you all for joining us for this Little East Conference Championship game here in 2018. Brought to you by Plymouth State Broadcasting and powered by Stretch Internet, our great hosts for the conference and all the live streams online. Also, shout out to our partners all season long in athletics this year with Pemmy Baker TV. Right now they're showing the lacrosse championship as that one's little dribbler to third. Throw down to second, and just in time, Danahy gets the tag on for the force out. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. So Avery Davis will step up to bat, the designated player.
Number 17, Avery Davis.
1 for 2 today. Single, run scored, also grounded out her last time up in the 3rd. Check, sing, strike. Davis looking a little frustrated in the batter's box. Looked like she had the wrong call. Curveball misses low and away. Again, an absolute perfect day here at D&M Park. Here on day 3 of the Little East Conference Championship Tournament. Beautiful changeup, fooling Davis by Greenspan. 1-2 the count. Fastball, defensive swing by Davis. She's able to foul it off. Stay 1-2. Off speed, just missing, and Greenspan thought she had it. Looking for the strikeout. Count now even at 2-2. Jess Greenspan cannot believe she did not get that beautiful off-speed pitch, and a late time called here by Avery Davis. Like a little dust or a fly got in her eye. Jess Greenspan being, oh, it was a B. Greenspan already in her windup, smartly delivers to avoid any kind of twinge on the shoulder. Down in the dirt, Avery Davis battles to a full count here. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Ashley Deo on the fielder's choice on at first base. Panthers trail by 1, 4-3 to the number 6 seed UMass Boston Beacons, who are 3-0 in this tournament. Plymouth State 3-1. That one's line to center. Charging back is Pawlina. She saw that one all the way. And Plymouth State strands another. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Getting late here in the championship game. UMass Boston 4, Plymouth State 3. You're watching Plymouth State softball here on Little East TV.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place with live broadcast access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academic. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
We head to the top of the 6th inning, and for the first time this tournament, Plymouth State will have a new pitcher in the circle. It'll be that of number 10, Kayla Matthew, who comes in this season pitching pretty decently, has a 6-0 record and a great ERA of 2.46 in 57 innings pitched. 43 strikeouts, only 15 walks, and opponents are batting .246 against her. Only had 2 wild pitches this year, has 1 shutout, 2 complete games. This is her 17th appearance of the season for Kayla Matthew.
Now pitching for the Panthers, number 10, Kayla Matthew.
Caitlin Miller in 5 innings gave up 4 runs, 3 pitches, 44 of them for strikes. So just seemed like Miller's arm just got tired towards the end, but let's go with someone fresh here for the Panthers.
The designated player, number 13.
As we head back to the top of the order for UMass Boston and Ari Pawlina, as that first pitch high inside for a strike from Matthew. Pawlina this game, 1 for 3, the double run scored, a line out and a ground out. Breaking ball for a strike. Quickly, Kayla Matthew in relief, ahead 0-2 on the leadoff hitter. Rise ball sails to the backstop. 1-2 now the count. Rise ball misses, evens the count now at 2-2. Kayla Matthew, little righty, will toe the rubber. Junior delivers. Just inside as the call in on the hands. Count runs to 3-2. Pawlina takes 3 balls in a row. Now has a full count. Rise in 4 straight balls after Kayla Matthew in relief goes ahead 0-2. And a leadoff walk given up by the Panthers. Here, Pressmack, the left fielder, will bat here.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Kira Pressmack.
Pressmack 1 for 3 with a bunt single her last time up. Grounded out the previous 2 times. That one skips in there. It goes to the backstop on the wild pitch. Pawlina will take second. So now another runner in scoring position for UMass Boston this game. No outs here, top of the 6th inning. UMass Boston leads 4-3 over the top-seeded Panthers of Plymouth State. Off-speed drops in. That one gets past Deo. And that should be a pass ball. And it will be, so a wild pitch and a pass ball, and Ari Pawlina finds herself 60 feet away from an insurance run at third base with no outs here in the top of the 6th inning for UMass Boston. (2-0) pitch fouled off. Count now 2-1. Swung on and missed. Matthew battles back, gets the strikeout here. And that'll bring up Kelly Danahy. So Pressmack strikes out for the first one. Kelly Danahy takes the first pitch strike. So 0-1 now the count. Lays down the bunt, and it's going to be out at the plate. A 2U batted out of the box is the call at home plate by home plate umpire and crew chief Bob Thomas. So 2 down here for UMass Boston. Pawlina has to stay at third, and that will bring up Roxanne Vento, the catcher. 0 for 2. Intentionally walked her first time up, flied out her last times up to left and center field. Foul tip to the backstop. And a first pitch strike here for Kayla Matthew. Framed by Deo and just missing for a ball. High and away. So 1-1 now the count. Off speed, pulled foul. Getting ahead of that one is Vento. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch coming from Matthew. Wind up in the delivery. Fastball low and away, framed by Dale, will miss. We'll even the count now at 2-2. 2 outs here, top of the 6th inning. Pawlina at third base after a walk, a wild pitch, and then a pass ball. Plymouth State needs to win this game to extend it to a second championship game. That one's offered and fouled straight back over our heads. Again, UMass Boston, 3-0 in the tournament. If they win here, they are the 2018 champions. Plymouth State 3-1. Their only loss coming to these Beacons in the opening game of the tournament Thursday morning. That was a 1-0 win for UMass Boston. That's a chopper sent at King at second, played from her knees, over in time for out number 3. So a runner on third, but is stranded. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Plymouth State still just trailing by 1. It's UMass Boston 4, Plymouth State 3, here in the Little East Conference Championship game on Little East TV.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step.
Cassidy Emerson, Jen Landers, and Nora Butler, as we welcome you back to D&M Parker, due up for the Panthers here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Plymouth State trailing by 1 run after that explosive first inning, when saw them score 3. Only 1 hit since the first inning, and that was Hannah Seiner's bloop to center field last inning. First pitch offered, sent a little blooper at Tully at third, and it's going to get through her legs into left field. And it will be an error on Tully at third. So a leadoff runner on for Plymouth State to get the Panthers going here late in this ball game. So Jen Landers, the third baseman, will step up to bat. She is 1 for 2 with a liner single up the middle in the first inning, and grounded out to short her last time up in the 4th. No outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning, Panthers show bunt laid down. Tully charging in, throw over, and just in time, Danahy keeps her foot on the bag at first for the out, but the runner will advance, and Emerson to second base. As Nora Butler, the shortstop, comes up to the plate. 0 for 2, struck out swinging, lined down to left.
Now batting the shortstop
here this game.
Nora Butler.
Tying run at second base. Fastball in the dirt. However this tournament ends, it has been an outstanding one here at D&M Park on the campus of Plymouth State University. It's been exciting as that one's lined up the middle. Great job by Braga to get over there and cover for the out. Great throw by the shortstop. Thought that one was going to get through. But a 6-3 out. The third time Butler's out here this game. So close, but the range by Gigi Braga at short, covering behind second base. That'll bring up Mel Goss, the first baseman. 0 for 1, a ground out. She walked her last time up in the 4th. Changeup drops in for a strike on the outer third part of the plate. Such a close play. Panthers nearly had That one's an inside-out swing sent to right field on the liner. And after Emerson reaches on an error, the Panthers can't get her home. We end at the top of the 7th inning. UMass Boston 4, Plymouth State 3, here on Little East TV in the Little East Conference Championship game.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy.
But it's
on us
to intervene.
Because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Back here at D&M Park as we head to the top of the 7th inning. UMass Boston leading the Panthers 4-3. And the Beacons got the early run in the first inning. Panthers answered back in the bottom part of the opening frame to lead it 3-1 before in the third inning. 3 runs scored for UMass Boston, and that's where we stand. It's been pretty quiet since. Kayla Matthew came in relief last inning. Didn't give up a hit, but she walked Pawlina, who reached third base on a wild pitch and a pass ball. But Matthew then got the Beacons 1-2-3 after that. So Pawlina, Braga, and Tully 2 up for UMass Boston.
Leading off for the Beacons, the center fielder, number 15.
And Taylor Pawlina is on fire. 3 for 3, 3 singles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. First pitch offered, lifts that one to shallow center field. Nina Murray charges in. That one's going to drop in front of her. Paulina's going to take off for second, and she's going to get in there. So it'll be a single, and she'll reach to second.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Gigi Braga.
So Gigi Braga will step up. They are going to call in an error on Murray in left. Tough break on Nina Murray as that one misses for a ball. Braga, 1 for 2. A single, a run scored. She also walked. That one for a strike on the offer. Evens the count now at 1-1. Beacons looking for some insurance runs here. Kayla Matthew and the Panthers defense trying to keep it a 1-run game heading to the bottom of the 7th. Fastball misses off the plate. 2-1 now the count. Bunt shown, laid down right to Matthew. It goes into the circle. Only play is at first. And King covers. But the run with Pawlina, she will advance to third base. So insurance run 60 feet away with Pawlina at third. And Alyssa Tully, the third baseman, will step into the batter's box now. 1 for 3, an RBI single in the third inning. Popped out and lined out as well. Matthew, the windup into delivery. First pitch offered, pulled foul down the third base line. Update at women's lacrosse at the start of the second half. Plymouth State, the number 1 seed, 10 runs ahead of Eastern Connecticut, 12-2. Panthers looking. And Taylor Pawlina looks a little shaken up, diving in to third base with her hand. That wrist taped up, the right wrist. He's taking a beating on some of the dives back towards the bags here this weekend. Taped up this game, and she will be a trooper and stay in. That was a close throw. A little bit of a hesitation by Deo, waiting for cover at third base. So 1-1 pitch coming here to Tully. Panthers trail by 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Matthew. Fastball inside, belt high, misses off the plate. Junior gets the call from the dugout, checks her wristband. Wind up, now the delivery from the righty. Fastball this time catches the inside edge of the plate for a strike, and will even the count now at 2-2. Conference. Getting ahead of that one. Landers checks the run back, throw over to Goss. And she'll run it back into the circle, and 2 down here in the top of the 7th. So we're going to have a change here, pinch hitter. Tori DeCenzo, the freshman.
Pinch hitting for the Beacons, number 21, Tori DeCenzo.
First at bat for Tori DeCenzo this tournament. DeCenzo batting .250 on the season. Rise ball, foul, tipped back to the backstop. Beacons dugout alive with their chants. Plymouth State quiet. Feel the nervous energy coming from the third base dugout right now, getting late in this championship ball game. Off speed in the dirt will be a strike as DeCenzo offers at it. No balls, 2 strikes here to DeCenzo. Again, Matthew checks the wristband. Toes of rubber. Wind up in the delivery, high and away. Tries to get DeCenzo to chase, and she lays off it. Matthew does have 1 strikeout. It was against Pressmack in relief last inning. Only the second strikeout for Plymouth State this game. 1-2 pitch, sitting back on that one is DeCenzo, and she'll slice that one foul. Late in this ball game here. Matthew trying to get out of another jam. Fastball swung on and miss in the dirt, throw down to first, and it'll be the second strikeout for Matthew. UMass Boston can't get the insurance run. And that will do it for the top of the 7th inning. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Panthers 3 outs away from dropping this championship game. See if UMass Boston can hold on. But we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's UMass Boston 4, Plymouth State 3, here in the Little East Conference Championship game on Little East TV.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
At Plymouth State, you can choose a bold new way of learning. Our degree programs let you work across disciplines to take on an ever-changing employment landscape. Plymouth State University. See further up here.
So we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Panthers down to their final 3 outs of the season. Let's see if they can walk off for 2 games in a row here on day 3. As pinch hitting for Plymouth State will be Samantha Cushing, the freshman. 9-1-2 due up for Plymouth State. Greenspan gets that first pitch in for a strike. Swung on, that's sent towards short. Braga going deep towards the grass, and Cushing beats it out for a leadoff single on the infield. That has the Panthers dugout alive. Braga has been brilliant at short for UMass Boston, ranging back towards the grass in left field. That's a long throw for her, leaning away, and Cushing with her speed, the freshman, beats it out, and she's going to be lifted for a pinch runner in Lindsay Hall at first. So, top of the order for the dangerous Nina Murray, the left fielder. She is 1 for 3. She does have the leadoff triple to start this game and a run scored, but since then she's flied out to right and flied out to center on a couple of hard shots deep in the outfield. Again, Tully's error for UMass Boston, the first error of the tournament for the Beacons. She shows bunt, but it'll spin back foul out of play. Plymouth State has the tying run on at first, the winning run at the plate, trying to extend it to a second championship series game. Bunt shown, but it's inside low, pulled back in time by Nina Murray. Will even the count now at 1-1. The sophomore releases fastball away, just counts it, catches the outer edge of the plate, about thigh high. Count now 1-2 in favor of Jess Greenspan. Cushing with the leadoff single. Hall now pinch running. That's in the dirt, and great job by Vento, the veteran, to keep that in front of her. The junior catcher has been outstanding behind the plate for UMass Boston in this tournament. Lifted up and over our head, and again, just taking a little bit off of that pitch is Jess Greenspan. Murray out ahead, trying to wait for it. Just gets underneath it and fouls it straight back. Nina Murray can end this with a swing of the bat. Rise ball misses over the letters. Nina Murray battles to a full count here. No outs, bottom of the 7th. Panthers trail by 1. Swung on, lifted to shallow left field. It's going to be back towards the grass. Braga going to come over from short and make the first out here. And Plymouth State's down to their final 2 outs. Hannah Seidner, the junior, will come up to bat for the Panthers. She is 1 for 3. She singled to center and a little bloop single her last time up in the 5th inning. Otherwise, she's popped out twice. First pitch offers, she flies that one to left. Presmack gathers it up quickly, and Panthers are down to their final out. UMass Boston is 1 out away from their 2nd straight Little East Conference title here in 2018 in a rematch of the 2017 championship series. That went 2 games between these 2 schools. Plymouth State, the number 1 seed. Can they continue this? Ashley Deo, the catcher, 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice last time. She has a RBI single in the first inning to left center field. Also scored a run that inning. Flied out to center in the third and reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. Needs something here to keep the Panthers season alive. Inside, pulls that one hard foul into the bleachers on the third base side. Lindsey Hall, the pinch runner at first base. She's been stranded there since the leadoff infield single by Samantha Cushing here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. Rise ball way up by the helmet. No throw down by Vento to first. Beacons, the number 4 seed last year, defeated the number 1 seed Panthers of Plymouth State in the second championship game, trying to do it again here 2 years in a row. That one's lifted to right field. Underneath it is Bonilla, and UMass Boston are the 2018 Little East Conference champions for the second year in a row. The Beacons have done the unthinkable. The number 6 seed just squeaking into the tournament on a tiebreaker with Keene State, and they are perfect here at D&M Park, 4-0 in the Little East Conference Championship Tournament, and are your back-to-back champions here in 2018. And a tough break there for the Panthers.
As there will be an awards presentation honoring these two teams.
Just a hard-fought tournament by all the teams. Plymouth State, after falling to the Beacons in Game 1 back on Thursday morning, 1-0, had to win 3 straight just to get to the championship game as the number 1 seed. UMass Boston, again, beating Plymouth State 1-0 on day 1. Ended up defeating Southern Maine in extra innings in 8 yesterday morning to eliminate Southern Maine. Then had to go extra innings last night against Western Connecticut State. That was in 11 after a rain delay to get the advancement directly to the championship game. And they hold on here for the win. So we'll have the ceremony in just a second. But UMass Boston are your 2018 Little East Conference softball champions for the second year in a row. And you've got to applaud this Beacons team. Again, not the strongest regular season ever. Came in sub 500 this year. But with that, we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer and Chris Kilmer for the ceremony of the champions, UMass Boston.
Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please direct your attention to the field for the 2018 Little East Conference Softball Tournament Awards presentation. Presenting the awards today are the Assistant Commissioner of the Little East Conference, Daryl Kanicki, and the Plymouth State University Director of Athletics, Kim Bounds. The Little East Conference would like to thank Plymouth State and its staff for hosting this year's LEC Softball Championship Tournament. And let's first congratulate both teams on an outstanding tournament and excellent championship game. The Little East Conference would like to congratulate this year's runner-up Plymouth State University for a number 15, Taylor Pawlina. Number 16, Gianna Salemi. Number 17, Angelina Avatabli. Number 21, Tori DeCenzo. And number 22, Cassidy Gata. And now the presentation of the tournament's Most Outstanding Player Award from the University of Massachusetts Boston, number 2, Jess Greenspan. At this time, we'd like to ask the captains of UMass Boston to come. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Little East Conference champions, the University of Massachusetts Boston. The Little East would like to thank you for attending this year's Little East Conference tournament and wishes you a safe return home. Thank you.
So there you have it. The UMass Boston Beacons, the number 6 seed, does the unthinkable, at least not to them, and are the 2018 Little East Conference softball champions for the second year in a row, defeating the Plymouth State Panthers for the second time in a row here at D&M Park. And as you heard, it's sophomore Jess Greenspan for the second time in a row being named the tournament most outstanding player, and rightfully so. She pitched gems in all 4 games for the Beacons. That is going to do it for us here at D&M Park. We really would like to thank you all for joining us all tournament long. Back to Thursday morning, what feels like forever ago. Final lines: Plymouth State 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. UMass Boston 4 hits, 9 runs on 1 error. And it is the UMass Boston Beacons that go 4-0 here this weekend and are your 2018 Little East Conference champions. They will return to the NCAA tournament next weekend for the second time in program history. For our entire staff all weekend long, the great crew up here in the press box, and also the outstanding students and student athletes as well, the great crew around it, and video angles from this matchup all weekend long. I'm Dan Salzer. We thank you for joining us. We will see you next year. Final score for the final time. It's the number 6 seed Beacons of UMass Boston 4, the number 1 seed Panthers of Plymouth State University 3. We will see you next year for another season of Little East Conference softball here on Little East TV.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.